At first, no one took the dog seriously. An ambulance screamed through traffic, sirens echoing between buildings and behind it. A dog ran like his life depended on it. Drivers laughed, some honked. One man even recorded it for social media. But mile after mile, the dog didn't slow down. He ran through red lights, sharp turns, and moving traffic never once, looking away from the ambulance. When the ambulance finally stopped, the dog collapsed against the back doors, crying and scratching, desperately. That's when one paramedic whispered, "Why would a dog do this? Unless something is very wrong." The emergency call came in just before dusk. Unresponsive male, mid-30s, possible overdose. Location, East 9th Street. Jake and Maria, paramedics with over 10 years on the job, responded instantly. Sirens pierced the evening air as the ambulance surged forward. Inside, the patient lay unconscious, chest rising weakly. Oxygen mask, 4-line, monitors beeping, routine call. Or so they thought. 3 blocks away, a dog burst out of a narrow alley, medium-sized. Black and white fur. One ear bent permanently forward. No collar. The moment the siren screamed past him, the dog froze, then ran straight into traffic. Cars slammed brakes. Horns blared. A taxi nearly clipped his tail. Crazy dog. Someone shouted, but the dog wasn't chasing noise. He was chasing. The ambulance inside the vehicle, Maria adjusted the oxygen flow. Jake glanced into the side mirror out of habit. "Did you see that?" he asked. "See what?" Maria replied, "There's a dog. I think he's following us." She laughed lightly. "Jake, you need coffee." Jake looked again. The dog was still there, running hard, tongue out, eyes locked on the ambulance. "Huh," Jake muttered. "That's weird." They turned left. Then right. The dog followed. 5 minutes passed. The city thinned into wider roads. Traffic picked up speed. "No way he keeps up now," Maria said. Jake checked again. The dog was limping, but still running. "Why isn't he stopping?" Jake said quietly. They hit the highway at 70 miles per hour. The dog finally disappeared. From view. Jake exhaled. Poor guy, he tried. They reached the hospital bay and rushed the patient inside. Nurses took over. Doctors moved fast. Jake leaned against the ambulance, catching his breath. Then he heard it scratching. Soft. Weak, he turned around. The dog stood there, barely. His chest heaved violently. Blood marked one paw. His eyes were wide, not with fear, but panic. "Hey, whose dog is that?" A nurse shouted. Security approached. But before anyone could grab him, the dog lunged forward and slammed his paws against the back doors of the ambulance. Bang, bang, he whined high. Desperate cries echoing. "Through the bay, get him out of here." Someone yelled. "Wait," Jake said instinctively. The dog didn't bark randomly. He barked at the doors. Specifically low, focused, urgent. "He wants us to open it," Jake said. Maria frowned. "Why?" The dog let out a sound Jake had never heard before, a broken, pleading howl. Jake grabbed the handle. The moment the doors swung open, the dog leapt inside. Straight past equipment, straight past bags. He stopped under the stretcher and froze. Maria followed Jake's gaze. Something small was strapped underneath. Tiny sneaker. Her heart dropped. They pulled the stretcher out. Underneath, hidden by blankets and equipment, was a little girl. 4 years old, unconscious, lips blue. "Oh my God," Maria whispered. The room exploded into motion. Doctors rushed the child. It's inside. Oxygen, CPR. Shouts echoed down the hallway. Jake stood frozen. How did we miss her? Kept saying. Later, the truth came out. The patient was her father. Paramedics arrived. The little girl had been hiding under the bed, scared, crying quietly. In the chaos, she climbed into the ambulance after them. No one saw her, except the dog. Her dog, Buddy. had watched the ambulance take his human away and the smallest human with her, so he ran. Through traffic, through pain, through exhaustion. Outside the ER, Buddy finally laid down. The fight was over. Hours later, a doctor approached Jake. "She's alive," he said. "If she'd arrived 5 minutes later, she wouldn't have made it." Jake looked at the dog. Buddy lifted his head weakly. Jake knelt beside him. "You saved her life." Buddy's tail tapped the ground once. That night, the hospital made an exception. Buddy slept beside the girl's bed. And for the first time since he started running, he rested. Stories like this remind us that heroes don't always wear uniforms. Sometimes they run on 4 legs without hesitation, without fear, without giving up. If this story touched your heart, don't just watch and leave. Like this video to honor animals who save lives silently. Subscribe for more emotional, viral dog stories that restore faith in humanity. Comment below, would you have noticed what this dog did? Your support helps these stories reach millions, because loyalty like this deserves to be remembered forever.